Hey everyone, I said that I would make a vlog about my return to the dark side, so here it is. Na 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 na, I'm back. Oh, you can't see him. I'm missing no wallpaper because the iPhone's too bright. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, I'm back to my iPhone. I spent about 30 days on my Android Galaxy Note 2, and I loved the phone. The phone was awesome. It was super awesome. There were a few things I didn't enjoy, so I decided to go back to my iPhone. But first, let's start with the positive. The things that I'm going to miss dearly getting rid of my Note 2. Thing one, the battery life. Holy crap, was the battery life good on this phone. And especially for like a big, beautiful phone, it had amazing battery life. Like, oops, I forgot to charge my phone. On my iPhone, that could mean this isn't going to wake me up now because it's going to be dead. On my Note 2, it'd be like, oh, I got like 2 more days of use out of this thing because it's so freaking awesome. I also really liked the S Note feature where I could make like written to-do lists. The handwriting to text was really, really good. The voice to text works way better on Android than it does with Siri on the iPhone for some reason. I don't know why, but the voice to text is perfect on the Note 2. I liked the apps being free for the most part. Zedge was a cool app that I really enjoyed. I think that's mostly it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I did like live wallpapers, but I never used, which I had on my HTC Inspire, but I never used them on my Note 2, so I guess I can't really put that in my thing, but I wish iPhones had live wallpapers. Those are cool. Anyway, so the things that just didn't cut it for me, and the reasons I'm going back, I'll start with the minor reasons. Thing one, no Vine. I really like Vine. Vine is fun, and it's fun to do, and I missed it. So, Vine. Group text messages. This sounds like such a small complaint, but it ended up being so fucking confusing. So, like, for instance, if Trisha sends me and Steve and Joe a mass text, if Joe responds to Trisha, it sends, Joe sends a text message to me on my Android phone, and it's so confusing. I can't see that he's responding in line to the group text message we have going on. It just looks like he sent me, like, I'll bring the hot dogs, and I'm like, what? Why are you bringing hot dogs? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, you were also on Trisha's text message. You know what I mean? It's so confusing. And I use those, we use those a lot for, like, work and for when I was doing, like, Comic-Con and stuff like that. Like, it got very confusing. The other thing that I didn't like that was the most, altering for me, it was the most, what's the word I'm looking for? I've been, like, responding to Hitler comments all day, so I'm, like, a little frazzled. It was the biggest deal. I'm going to cop out and just forget the word I was trying to say. It was the biggest deal to me was the ecosystem. So the iPhone and my MacBook Pro work together very, very well. My MacBook Pro and the Galaxy Note 2, not so well. So when I walk in and this thing's in my pocket, this thing talks to my computer and it's like, yo, Nataku, what's going on? What did Meg buy today? And Nataku will say, oh, Meg bought Jamiroquai, which I did buy yesterday. Don't judge me. And then Virtual Insanity is a good song. Anyway, and then Minkus, my phone, will say, oh, cool. And Minkus will have Virtual Insanity on here, and I don't have to worry about it. My Note 2, not so much. When I plug my Note 2 in, it gives me an error message that says, bet you should be using Windows. Don't like that so much. And I know a lot of you suggested programs to get my music out of iTunes, and that may be an Apple problem more than it's an Android problem, that Apple locks up their music. I completely get that. But the bottom line is it doesn't work the way I want it to, and it doesn't work the way this does right now, so I'm going to go with what's easier. This works right now, and I like it. So, I think if I were going to go back to an Android phone, which I really liked, there really wasn't, that was, I think, the hardest part for me was that there wasn't a clear winner. But if I were going to go back to an Android phone, I'd probably do it when I got a gaming PC, so I'd have something, Windows to link it up to, so it would, be all there together, and it wouldn't have to worry about ever coming in contact with Nataku. So, yeah, I did it. I did my 30 days. I honestly gave it a shot. I thought around day 10 for sure I was going to keep the phone. That screen is gorgeous. I will tell you, playing Dungeon Raid on that screen and then going back to this screen, it's like I'm playing with I'm like, oh, it would connect the skull to the sword. Dungeon Raid's a great app, by the way, if you haven't played it. I still play it all the time. But anyway, going from my Note 2 to this screen is very, very small. But, yeah, I'm excited to be back. And, oh, and another thing that it's totally Apple's fault, and it's not Android's fault, but it still bothered me, is that when I switched from my iPhone to my Note 2, Apple, like, held my iMessages hostage. Like, people who had also had iPhones would text me and would try and iMessage me even though I wasn't on an iPhone anymore. And then I would just never get that text message. So I upped my iPhone, and then it was like 28 messages that I had missed out on. And I was so pissed. But, you know, whatever. So I'm back to the dark side. I'm sorry. I know there's so many of you who are going to be so disappointed. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me forever, and let's be friends. Anyway, yeah, so I did it. I did my 30 days with Samsung, and I'm back to iPhone, so what do you guys think? Am I making the biggest mistake ever? Are you excited that I'm back? Let me know in the comments. And then like and subscribe, and all that other stuff. Also, I'm not trying to defend Hitler. I just was trying to say that, not that I don't think he was anti-Semitic from the beginning, because he clearly was. Everybody knows that. I'm just saying that it wasn't his main point, and I know that I'm arguing with the wrong people, because maybe you're not even from the Table Talk video, and you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's just so frazzling, you know? Anyway, alright, love you guys.